What's going on, y'all? It's Johnny J, and I am here with a reaction slash review of a fan film that I came across on YouTube. This is pretty much the start of my relaunch when it comes to YouTube. Pretty much, I just decided to just start completely over, and one aspect of this new relaunch slash rebrand slash reboot is me doing reactions slash reviews to fan films of other creatives. So pretty much what I've been doing in my spare time has been working with a team on this fan film that we plan on launching next year, early next year. So I will definitely keep you guys posted on the status and exactly when it's going to come out, and when it actually drops. I'll just drop the link. I might even review it myself just to look at it from a viewer's perspective and not from a perspective of someone who was actually involved in it. But anyways, this right here is called The First Jedi, a Star Wars story. Now, I mess with Star Wars, fan of Star Wars, so this should be good. It's a lot of Star Wars fan films online, so I would definitely suggest that you guys go out and watch those. And if you guys have any specific reactions to any of those fan films, Star Wars, and anything else, just comment that down below, and I will react to it, review it, talk about it, all the good stuff. So this one, like I said, is called The First Jedi, a Star Wars story based solely on the title. I am expecting for this to take place in the Old Republic, and hopefully it uses some of the early characters that we really don't get too much of when it comes to either the cartoon series or the movies. And if they don't, cool, but hopefully it does make sense, because sometimes when people do their fan films, they don't really go into the lore. They just create their own stories, and it kind of messes with you. At least it messes with me, because sometimes I just still try to put it in continuity, and it's like, oh, that doesn't make sense. But hopefully this is all good. I'm expecting to see a lot of lightsaber fights, or maybe just a main lightsaber fight, because a lot of y'all, when y'all do these Star Wars fan films, or just films in general, fan films in general, y'all love just to put the action in there. So hopefully it's good. But let's get into this right now. The First Jedi, a Star Wars story fan film. First fan film reaction for this new launch slash reboot of my channel. Let's get into it. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Kind of loud. Okay. See, starting off good. I gotta give you props. Starting off real good. You got the crawl. You have to have the crawl, the right font, all that when you start off a Star Wars movie, a Star Wars fan film. Because if you don't, I don't know what you're doing. And the rest of it is irrelevant. No matter how dope it is, if you didn't start it off with this text and the way it's scrolling up the screen, you automatically get docked down a couple of grades. I think I should start. I don't know if I'm gonna grade them. I don't know. If you guys want me to grade some of these fan films, definitely comment that down below. I'll give my honest opinion, and I will say why it got this particular grade. But anyways, getting back into this. Okay, based solely upon what I just read, it's just gonna be two brothers, one light side, one dark side. This is early on. So, this is early on. Certain things shouldn't be there. One, if you guys know, lightsabers, at least the lightsabers that we know of, like some of the early lightsabers, if you guys know anything about Star Wars lore, some of the early lightsabers, they had like a little power bank attached to them. You know, those lightsabers were very unstable. Fast forward, you could look at certain lightsabers um, that they've had designs over time. I think Kylo Ren's lightsaber is like an early draft of lightsabers, if I'm not mistaken. So I shouldn't see anything real fancy when it comes to lightsabers, or even if you look at something like the handle of a lightsaber, you know, it didn't get that fancy until later on, you know. So you know, hopefully it's some real dope force abilities that's used, because that's going to be like the primary thing if you for combat, if you don't have, like, you know, the whole lightsaber dueling and action and all that. So we'll see. We'll see. uh I just said I really didn't want to see lightsabers like that, and that looks sleek too. So maybe it's a little faulty when it comes to lightsaber designs, but I could tell off rip that they are not going with continuity. They're not going with lore. They created their own story. So I gotta put my mind into that. That they are going in their own path. And hopefully it's good enough for me to, you know, kind of ignore or not pay too much attention to some of the errors or some of the mistakes that have been made artistically when it comes to this film in continuity with the actual Star Wars storyline. So I don't know. Let's get back into it. Oh, that's some real nice scenery. That's real nice. No, there's some filmmaker ish. I like um, the reveal of the Sith behind him. I guess, you know, you want to go by Sith. I mean, they said Jedi's at the beginning, but we already know what that is. Or dark side user would be a better term. So I like the way that was shot, where you don't see him, but then when the camera pans in my direction to my left and his right, that's when you see him standing behind him. You know, so I think that's pretty dope. And then also like the way that it's still kind of blurry because the focus is still on the Jedi right here, the main Jedi. I think that's dope too, because it still makes it hard to see the actual face of the dark side user. So I think that's pretty dope. But you know, like I said, man, them lightsabers, baby, continuity. I don't know. Get back into it. I better hope that tree was already broken. Cause you know it's I don't know what that group is, but it's kind of like it's kind of like PETA, but they're like more so for like the reservation of like certain like parks and things like that. I'm pretty sure they'd be upset if they just see you guys destroying trees and you know this isn't your property. You know that's one little thing. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you know it's all for the love of filmmaking, right? Let's get back into it. Oh, that's dope. They could have probably cleaned it up a little bit, but the force lightning is dope. The way that was done is actually pretty cool. I always like those type of those effects when they do them in like you know videos and even some of the other fan films that I've seen. I might even go back over them and rewatch some of them for you guys. But the way this was done, if they cleaned up a little bit, made it a little bit more, you know, with his hand, that would be like super dope. But I already like the way that was done. Even this still right here is kind of dope. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, let's get back into it. All right. I know I keep pausing it. I keep pausing it. I keep pausing it. But check this out, right? I'm giving them props. This is why I'm pausing this video. This is why I'm pausing it, right? Why am I repeating myself? I'll say something. Anyways, you guys will probably put that up in the comment section. I keep repeating myself. But this area right here, I pointed out, I was like, this is a really nice area, right? Just that's just when I saw the forest scene. Now they've moved to another scene and you see the lake or the river, and this is really nice. You know, this is real dope. You know, this for I know I mentioned a fan film that me and some of the people I'm working with are currently working on, and we needed a forest scene. I mean, we found the place, we looked at a couple of places, and we ultimately found the place. But this right here could have fit. This would have been beautiful, you know. So if you guys, whether it's you know the people watching this reaction, if anybody's watching this reaction or review, or even the people that made this fan film right here, if you guys could tell me where this is located, and if it's anywhere in Cali, because that's where I stay at. If it's anywhere in Cali that's kind of close by, I might you might see that in one of the fan films that I'm a part of. So real nice area, big thumbs up for that, you know. So let's get back into it. What? Hold on. He kicked the water in his face, right? He kicked the water in his face and didn't do anything. You supposed to kick the water in his face, have him temporarily blinded because he was stunned. He was like, "Whoa!" You supposed to do that, and then you supposed to go in for the attack, not just throw your lightsaber back and forth. Like, what are you doing, man? That's why it's only two Sith at a time. Rule of two, shots fired, bang bang. Anyways, get back into it. All right. See, now I'm going back to more of like the filmmaker, perspective. I'm going back and forth between the viewer, filmmaker. I'm just giving my overall opinion, right? So the part where they zoomed in on his face, I think they shouldn't have done that. And if they was gonna do something like that, they should still have it kind of dark, so you don't really see his eyes or see his face. Just to add more of that mysteriousness to this figure, at least from the viewer's perspective, right? And I mean, it's already been established that they're brothers. Maybe they could have been taken out that they weren't related, but you know, because of certain things, if he's really in the dark side like that, he should have like the Sith eyes, and he didn't from what I just saw. So them just having like a silhouette of just that darkness on his face would be kind of cool because it just shows that he's more submerged into the dark side. It'd make it seem much more mysterious, and the only person that will really know what he looks like is the Jedi that's fighting him. So if they was to do like a sequel, they can kind of reveal like what he looks like, and if they've gotten any critique about that, it would have been commented, and they would have been able to fix that. But anyways, let's get back into it. See, that is nice. That scenery is gorgeous. Oh wait, there's a part over here at the end. Huh? Wait, what was the purpose of that? I don't know. I'll get into it. Well, y'all, that's the end of this fan film, The First Jedi, a Star Wars story. The end threw me off because usually when they do like an after credit scene, just with movies in general, it's supposed to either fill in something that was hinted at earlier on in the film or use that end piece to be a transition into a sequel. Um, Maybe they're trying to transition into a sequel where it kind of like shows the Jedi battling internally between the light side and the dark side, but that wasn't implied anywhere throughout this fan film because there was no dialogue, which was a con of mine. Especially when you get this, when you look at the crawl and what they put in the crawl, I thought it was going to be more dialogue and less action, but you know, y'all love action, right? When it comes to these fan films, so you know, that's what you get, right? Overall, it was definitely, it was cool. The fights was cool. Certain parts seemed a little slow. They could have worked a little bit more on the choreographer, even sped up the footage slightly, just to make it seem more epic. Got certain shots that were a little bit better. What else? Storyline when it comes to it being in continuity with the actual Star Wars franchise series. You know, a few things I just didn't like. You know, lightsabers, for example, they weren't. You know, if you're talking about the first group of Jedi slash Sith lightsabers, from my understanding, I may be wrong, but lightsabers weren't, you know, part of that mix, at least not in the capacity that was shown here. Um, you know, I was a con. I said the fighting already. I wish it was more dialogue. I wish it was actually dialogue and it actually went into a storyline. But that's probably not the aim of it. They probably just wanted to focus on the fighting. Um, so maybe they should have had a more in-depth crawl when it comes to what was actually in that text, and then it kind of would have added more to the story, and they would have had to explain less in this. That makes any sense? Uh, yeah. Let's see. Those some of the cons. I think the pros. I did like the scenery where it's shot. Like I said in the video, I had to pause it. I was like, wherever y'all shot this, definitely tell me because I might have to use that location, right? But anyways, these are my thoughts. If you guys want me to speak more about it, maybe I could do like a re-review of this later on down the line and give more thoughts on this fan film. Because you know, sometimes you watch certain things once and then you give an opinion of it, but then when you watch it again, you might see certain things that you missed, so you might have, you know, a better opinion of it. But overall, I thought it was like decent at best. You know, nothing crazy, nothing that was like mind blowing, nothing that was like, oh whoa, this was fantastic, I have to watch it again like right after I do this review. So you know, I didn't look at the creators YouTube channel to see if they've done any other fan films before, but if this is like one of their earlier projects, then you know, I would say it's a decent start. It's a decent start for getting into this lane, this fan film lane. But like I said, me and my team are working on a fan film, and you guys will get more updates as we get closer and closer to releasing it. But anyways, these are my thoughts on The First Jedi, a Star Wars story, the first fan film that I'm reviewing on this reboot slash rebrand of my channel. If you guys have any specific fan films that you guys want me to react to, throw that in the comment section down below. Make sure I hit that like button, subscribe. It's Johnny J. I'm out.